quite a drought for a man who has won 2 major titles in his career.
180! First 180 of the evening, but all it does is get Springer back in the leg rather than putting him in charge of it. Yeah, hasn't had that feeling of being the best one, but in that time, there have been quite a lot of quarterfinals and semi-finals and things like that, hasn't he? He's been moving back up the rankings, if anything, Daryl Gurney.
174!
Well, that puts him in charge of the leg.
Break of throw opportunity in 13 darts, perhaps. Could be awkward. That's why he moves. That's incredibly awkward. Accompanied with a huge puff of the cheeks.
Nico Springer set off to this side of the arcade. I thought he was just going to walk out the building for a minute. Oh, what a dart! What a dart!
Nico Springer.
That enormous average that Nico Springer popped in at the UK Open. That was before the TV coverage had even started, wasn't it? When they just about come to air for
it was the first match on stage 2. I reckon that's probably the earliest ever 100 teens average produced. It was morning time. It was 11s.
Nobody should be performing at their peak at that time. And he's trying to get to that double 18 again. Nico Springer would fancy a go at double 18 at the end of this visit. Quite a lot of work to do to produce that, though.
The way that both players have been finishing probably wasn't likely. Leaves double 11, just decides to try and pile in as much pressure as possible. Double 18 for a 4th break of throw in a row. Surely he can use that. No, he can't. Just sat there on the wire.
He's had some good attempts at double 18 without hitting it. Oh my word. Well, it looked like he was making that target bigger and bigger and bigger, but he's got the wrong side of that second marker, Nico Springer. Well, that is the 4th double hit in this game. We have had 26 attempts. It'll be a bit of a frustrating visit for Gurney after the first dart. We'll feel he should have come away with more.
98. Daryl require 136.
Gets to a finish, Springer, but you would expect Gurney to have 6 darts at this if he needs.
Again, not following a very good-looking first dart. That'll be an annoyance for Gurney. You could see in his reaction there.
67.
Strange if this went, wouldn't it? In a game where they can't hit doubles. Oh, the highest checkout was 48.
139. Daryl required 36.
Conscious choice to leave double 18 again, even though it's not been too kind. He's only hit it once after approximately 4,000 attempts. Okay, that's 2 in 4,002. But at least it's a hold of throw for the first time in the match.
It's a pretty shallow hole at the minute, but it might get pretty deep pretty quickly. That helps.
That's a real slip. Yes, it's a more favourable finish than the 170, but he might not come back. And that's the second time Daryl Gurney's hit a lovely treble 20 on 170 and then not being able to follow it. Bullseye for Springer. No, he's eschewed it.
96.
Very interesting.
Daryl requires 72.
Didn't work out. Double 16 for Gurney. And double 16 is missed, and he's laughing because he's put a whole load of darts right on the wire of doubles, not just double 18. Can Nico Springer hit the double that has eluded Daryl Gurney more than any other in this match? and break him to lead and go one away. It'll have to be double 9. And that does the job.
Nico Springer.
Somebody wins this game, and I'm not really sure whether they'll deserve it or not. I mean, ultimately, they'll have hit the double 6 times, so they will. But they could easily have lost it. Whoever wins this has had a big old slice of fortune.
100.
But the 5 180s from Nico Springer have played a massive part in this game. 5-1 in his favour against Daryl Gurney.
128. Nico require
He might be about to finish with a 12-darter. Double 16 for a 6-4 win. Brilliant from Nico Springer. Finds it first time of asking. Walked into the distance with a dozen darter in that 10th leg.
Wonder what Nigel would make of this. He'd love it. We miss you.
$134.
Well, he knows that Ricardo can't get to a finish from 3-6-3, but normally the percentage shot is to go for the bull with the last start there. Would have left 170 if he hit 25.
171.
A southern maximum.
That could catch on, that.
$97.
57's getting a pounding right now. Daniel doesn't want to be anywhere close to it with his next dart. The only reason he'd need it is if he hits a 1 going for the treble 18.
Pun intended.
60. Daniel requires 78.
Close with it.
Not even intended. Double 12. And he finds it with the last dart.
50.
Actually gets further away.
Ricardo will require 100.
This game needs a spark from somewhere. It could come from someone popping a cork. That was a wicked deflection. That was probably in the bullseye had it not been for the first dart. Yet again, it's the yellow flight last.
100.
That's the second time today I've seen that. Someone going 25 to leave 32. Boris Kruchma did it earlier.
Game shot in the
It worked for him, but it didn't work for Ricardo Pietreczko, who didn't even get a look at it. You can almost feel the tension of this game. That big exhalation there from Ricardo, one of someone who is possibly trying a bit too hard in this game. It doesn't look like it's coming naturally.
All the pressure in this game is on Ricardo. Daniel Closer, for him, this is a free hit. He's not a tour card holder anymore. Doesn't have to worry about rankings. He can just come and play darts for the enjoyment of playing darts. Pick up a few pots, maybe earn some money to go back to Q School next year. He's been playing the Challenge Tour recently, the Next Gen Tour. And it's this man who needs the money more than anything.
The bullseye has had so much attention in this game,
95.
predominantly on approach. This time it is neglected. No shot. Which means if Ricardo
35.
finds 86 with a bull, or even without, this break of throw could be huge for him.
Double 16. The stress of the European Tour is real. But Ricardo backs it to one side. That's a break of throw. It's the first break of throw in this match, and it could be a pivotal one.
But he's going to have to dip his bread twice in a visit, a few times to get out of this jam.
Daniel will require 149.
1 point in it, but this is a much trickier finish because you have to go around the board. but he's making it look easy. Double 16.
133.
Well, this is for the match. And Ricardo went for 17s on his last visit on purpose to leave this shot because he wants 2 bites at the same treble. It almost paid off.
116. Daniel requires 16.
Applies real pressure to closer. Millimetres to the right he needs to go. Too many millimetres.
I sense the end.
32.
And if Ricardo wants to get rid of the man who walks out the Karate Kid, it's time for something special. Maybe something along the lines of the crane. And that's the end. Ricardo's dream of a second European Tour event victory are still alive after a workmanlike 6-3 victory against Daniel Klose. But he has made 5 final days now. 3 of them were last year, so maybe incrementally, is he getting the hang of it?
Well, look, he's playing in more of them. It was 7 last year, 6 the year before that. But again, never made the European Championship, which you get to by playing on the Euro Tour and winning games. I'm going to take the 1-2-7. Not sure he would have gone for it or not.
Probably.
I think he probably would.
Well, for someone who doesn't necessarily like tops, he's just thrown a dart at treble 16 to try and leave it when he had other options.
This bloke can hit any double. Might have to be the bull here, though. It is. Well, he hits that as well. So, not the route he wanted, but it does not matter because it worked. Joe Cullen, can he get himself going here? Yeah, you can see he's just annoyed. Doesn't have to stay up there at all.
His range is not good.
59.
Some of his shots are a little high, some are a bit low. His line seems to be good, but it's the weight of dart in this game which is letting him down, and he's struggling to figure it out.
97. Uruguay 97.
Treble 90 is found for double top. Well, they're his first 2 darts at double in the game, and he's missed them both. And this is the sort of chance that Ryan Joyce could gobble up.
Should be 18s. How many of them? Not enough.
72.
That's missed by at least an inch.
Yeah, and you talk about the weight of dart. That's the problem that Ryan Joyce has. That's why double top is not his favourite. He has missed it by a long way there. Might not be punished. And he isn't.
20.
And Joe Cullen is shaking his head because nothing is quite working for him.
And there is trouble again. Double 16 for Joyce.
And Joe Cullen, this is a man who's won the Masters. He has won 3 Euro Tour titles. He was a dart away from winning the Premier League. The Pro Tour title he won this year, he said it might be the biggest title win of his career. It was that important for him to get back in the winner's circle.
You are going to have a blip at some point. If this is it, you have to accept it and then move on. He might have no choice.
Bad day at the office for the rock star, because relentless Ryan Joyce is closing in on victory, and a man who very, very rarely misses doubles. Certainly misses them less than the vast majority of players. He's going to get multiple match darts here for a 6-0 whitewash of Cullen. We have never seen a game like this before between these two. They've always been close. But that is a mauling. It is a 6-0 whitewash of the rock star. He has started this year very, very well, Joe Cullen, but that was a chastening experience for him, because relentless Ryan Joyce, in off the reserve list, is through to round 2 after taking out the 3-time Euro Tour title winner without dropping a leg. He had to ask after dart 8 whether it was in. It was.
135.
Our referee Stefan, who's marking here this weekend, also pronounced that game shot in the match in the very first leg of the day. Dan had to correct himself. He did 5 more legs.
144 for Laurin Velk. This has been a much better second leg after some very understandable nerves, perhaps, in leg number 1.
64, Ryan Earquire, 167.
It's a clever use of the bullseye as well. Nothing wrong with his counting. Leaves a shot that won't require the bullseye at the end. Unless he hits single 5, of course.
127.
Nice setup.
80.
All of a sudden, this looks a bit trickier. Oh, you lucky boy. That was the green one as well. Didn't throw it first. Ooh.
60. Ryan Earquire,
Messy,
40.
dangerous, and ultimately unsuccessful. It's probably going to be 2-0 down. And is.
Games on the second leg. Ryan Searle.
Looking for a 180, Ryan.
140.
Hasn't hit one yet.
Lot of 2 treble visits though. He hasn't hit a 180. His first 9 average is 121. It's just 2 treble visits, 1 treble visit, 2 treble visit, 1 treble visit.
99. $57.
Did not like that first start, and this is an opportunity for Laurin. 2 treble visit.
85.
No, it is only his
164.
own throw. Ryan Searle wants 164. Can't get that going. That's what happens when 34-gram darts collide into each other.
Yeah, surprising he doesn't have that happen more, to be honest. 100 left. 40 left. Oh, would have been a lovely way to pick up his first leg on the European Tour. He might go 4-0 down here. This is very makeable. Really is now. Oh, double 5. How can you be so good when you've got no idea where the darts land?
Laurin Velk won 3 successive games 6-5 in order to qualify for this event. And if he does the same here, it would probably be one of the greatest shocks in European Tour history. It's been made more unlikely by the fact that Ryan Searle has hit a maximum to leave 1-2-4. Laurin looks over at the scoreboard in a very resigned manner.
It's genuine exasperation from the young man there.
140.
Well, he leaves himself a finish. He's battled gamely. Not going to get a match darts.
88.
But once again, he's been very good, Ryan Searle. If he's not taking things out, he's leaving things very handy.
Almost a literal face palm from Laurin Velk.
47. Ryan Earquire, 36.
It will be a big learning experience for him. But he comes away completely empty-handed. A ruthless display from Ryan Searle.
Tinkering a little bit with the way his darts are sitting in the board and the size of the stems, the type of flights he's using. But this could be a very good, enticing type game. I hope it is, because the last couple of games we've had have been bagels.
Would be surprised if this turns out the same way. But we covered Raymond van Barneveld's game at Minehead, where he played Dimitri van den Berg, and he couldn't stop switching darts. It was like he'd morphed into Peter Wright.
97.
He had more substitutes off the bench in a darts way than Liverpool did at Wembley last week.
138.
But he wouldn't substitute that for anything. That was a perfect visit from Raymond, but he could still lose the leg.
54.
And now he can win it.
Raymond required 40.
For a 13-dart start on double top.
Game shown
Nicely struck from Raymond van Barneveld.
Second leg, it's Raymond to throw first.
Cristo Reyes, how good was he?
It's the second time we've mentioned him today.
100.
If we mention him again, he might appear like
156.
Beetlejuice. This has got to be 105 or more to get himself into a threatening position.
93.
It's not a bad recovery.
56.
This is bad news. That's good news for Evans, but can it be recovered?
16.
He made the wire move.
Ricky Rikai, 108.
Now, what double does Ricky want to leave?
Double 16 is the answer, and he's going to leave it, and he pins it. Ricky Evans pulls this game back to 2 apiece. And I must admit, in the previous visit, I was somewhat surprised that Barney did not go 20 double 18.
We've seen from most players. I'll never forget that Simon Whitlock game where he's
96.
2 sets to 0 down, 2 legs down, and he wins.
Big battles he's had in majors recently have been with Chiz.
95.
And who's waiting in the next round for the winner of this game?
Could that be Sir David Chisnell?
It's got a lovely ring to it, hasn't it?
135.
Sir David Chisnell, the number 5 seed.
7th meeting between these two, and it's gone in streaks. Barney wins 2,
100.
Evans wins
Ricky
2,
Rikai,
Barney wins 2.
152.
Is this the start of an Evans duel?
140.
That's worked out pretty
Ricky
well.
Rikai, 117.
However, for a break back, it's tops. Oh, it's classic Raymond.
Raymond van Barneveld.
3 perfectly pitched shots. His skill sets just need to be harnessed. He's got all the tools.
128.
Just needs to massage them in the right direction.
Ricky Rikai, 134.
Is it going to be another 2-leg burst? Well, that was a little bit risky, but it was a calculated risk. He could have deflected that first start out of the ball.
Ricky Rikai, 145.
He might be in a decent position. It depends on this. That hasn't worked out very well for Raymond.
59.
So Evans can win 2 legs in a row for the second time in this match.
Game shot in the 8th leg.
And he does.
Ricky
Simple,
Evans.
single to double
Nothing,
combination
it's Ricky to throw
shot.
first. Game
It's times like this that are the best of all.
100.
That's okay.
He's hitting the turbos now. This is all autopilot, Ricky Evans.
96.
He is not far away from a meeting with Dave Chisnell tomorrow. First start in this 10th leg has been absolutely delightful. That's 2 maximums, and he's on 41 after 9. To get a massive win for him. But this might not just be for him.
Double 16. Ricky Evans marks his European Tour return with a win. We do not need to vocalise how much it means to him. A man who's been through an awful time in recent weeks. Has not just done it for himself, he's done it for his entire family. Ricky Evans will take on Dave Chisnell in round 2 tomorrow.
Mike Decker here off the Pro Tour list. Because he is sat on that 150 grand from the World Grand Prix, he is currently number 21 in the world. But all he has to do is just win as much money as the people around him. He's going to start moving up and up and up, because other people have got money dropping off, and he's going to have that 150 grand anchored on his ranking for another year and a half. So come the end of the European Tour season, it's likely Mike De Decker will be one of the seeds. coming in at the second round stage on the Saturday. So it's not had immediate dividends, but it will pay. This is on.
Still is. And it's gone.
The second leg, Martin Lukman.
Consider that one smashed. You know, Adrian Lewis was the first person to ever go back-to-back.
Was he the first one?
First one ever in Scotland.
125.
Elite club. We haven't seen that much in the last 2 or 3 years, have we? Players winning back-to-back in those floor events.
140.
I think it's 13 different winners from the last 13 events.
Oh, quite. Difficult to win back-to-back when there's a different winner every day. Martin Lukman, one of those players looking to get his hands on a first title this year.
117.
We're going to level this game up. Double 19 will leave tops, which he has. Has to move, though. Darts do stick up a lot.
77. Mikey requires
So do Mike's,
120.
which makes this finish rather interesting. Still has to move, and his single is half an inch above the 60. But that's how you do it. Put Mike De Decker in the Grand National. He will get over Beecher's Brook and not even flick the hedge. Is that stuff with the slapping?
Yeah. Which we don't condone. Mike De Decker especially, I would think.
100.
He has got the same nickname as a very famous boxer, Evander Holyfield.
And both his ears are intact. So he's one up on Evander.
Yeah, but Mike hasn't got a swimming pool that's shaped like the
97.
WBC belt.
You don't know what his house in Meckelen's like.
Oh, that's true. Maybe he's got a swimming pool or a hot tub shaped like the World Grand Prix trophy.
100. Martin, you require 150.
Well, this would cure what ails you. That's 60, so 90 left.
60.
He's on the ropes now. De Decker's going to fancy this for 5-1.
Been gobbling up chances the last few legs, and he's going to get another chance here. In the heart of the 14 bed. And finds tops again. This is magnificent finishing.
Mike De Decker.
4 legs in a row, 79, 120, 73, 114.
Mike to throw first.
Lukman is leaving 230-ish
Which
after
is
9.
not much behind De Decker. There's not much in it in that regard. If Lukman just gets a little bit better, he might be able to work his way back to
96.
parity.
First starts like that help.
125.
And recovery darts like that help as well. He's had a big finish of 142. He's had a small finish of 36. And now Lukman needs something in the middle to save the match.
Double 10. And it is found. That's excellent stuff from Martin Lukman. Excellent stuff from Mike De Decker. The dead cat shot. Get a bit of noise in the room, but also left him single to double. Could have gone to a different treble, only got the single. Might have had to use 2 darts to get to a double had he been allowed back.
De Decker's not sweating it yet. He's not sweating at all. He's got 6 darts to win the match, and that does not help Lukman whatsoever.
No, Mike De Decker should be able to kill it off from here. Strange old game. Excellent finishing in the middle part of it.
100.
Scoring has never really got going for Mike, but his finishing has dug him out of problems.
How good was that last dart? That was like a Roberto Carlos free kick. He's thrown it from about
57.
8 and a bit feet.
Mike require 80.
And he saw about 25% of the bed. And it's given him 80 for the match.
Again, it's one he's going to have to negotiate his way through. But he's been very good at this, by and large, in this game. Now over to the right. Match start at double top. He'll get more if he needs them. And he will.
That one's in Rose Ed. But you can't blame him, because with Lookman back on 204, he's better off missing it high.
Yeah, that's like most of the other Roberto Carlos free kicks. A man who notably only scored a handful. They were amazing. Most of them just ended up in the stands. But this one, to send Martin Lookman home. That'll do it. The Grand Prix champion, a runner-up in Visa last time out, Mike De Decker, gets his campaign off and running without the stress that he had in his home country.
2 floor finals, 1-1. You know, he's made fewer finals than Gabriel Clemens in PDC darts. Clemens hasn't won one yet. And ultimately, that's what goes on your record. But this is some start from Shindy.
Number 1 means Adam Hunt can't get to a finish. We're only a leg and a half into this game, but it feels like it could be brief. Treble 17. Yeah, doesn't need to go the bull, but he did go for it.
84.
Fine line between bravery and stupidity. But Adam Hunt is a fair old way back.
134.
Does close the gap, but Martin Schindler, 43 left. Sides on double 16. And does sneak it right into the bottom corner. Break of throw, averaging 107. You are right about him being talked up as a potential superstar of the game. He was kind of in that same youth bracket as the likes of Michael Smith, that age group. He was winning youth titles, and for whatever reason, not materialised as he thought, and maybe most of us thought.
Yeah, not yet anyway. That's not, as I say, look, Adam Hunt has been very stop-start over the years. Remember him having a run at the Grand Slam, he won a couple of games at the Worlds one year, and the question was always, oh, is this the start of it? And it just never happened. Not going to take the 145.
93.
This would be a sickener for Hunt.
Treble 17 ensures that Adam Hunt gets another chance. Simply has to take it. Goes 12 for tops. And makes no mistake on tops. That will breathe new life into him.
Ultimately, he won the leg, though, and ultimately, he's still in a hole.
140.
Schindler's dragging his average up to 95 here, despite 8 missed darts at double, and a 23 darter in this 4 legs that he's won.
171. Martin Nicol, 161.
Treble 17. Just after that 3 treble visit from Adam Hunt, Martin Schindler was threatening a massive combination. This is still very difficult. Impossible now. Oh dear. Go for the 19s. Oh, you lucky boy.
Martin Nicol, 64.
Extra dart. Single would have left 99.
You know what? We'll come to that in a moment. As Martin Schindler looks at double 8. And does not get it. That treble 20 leaves him single to double. But even if he got the treble 19, he might have had to burn 2 darts. I can give him that. He's only just in the 19s. And he can't take the double anyway.
Martin Nicol, 8.
Been a madcap couple of legs. The missed doubles were starting to pile up, but Martin Schindler does finally get double 2.
There's a chance it ends up at the same scoreline, because that one finished 6-2 against Clemens back on the rock. First 180 of the game, though, and he goes to the Hunter. No maximums from Martin Schindler, but that is a 15th 2 treble visit in this game from him.
82.
Yeah, I'm not as keen about leaving 99 that way, to be honest.
125, Adam O'Brien, 99.
Tops.
39, Martin O'Brien, 97.
That could be the end for Adam Hunt. Oh, he's going double 19, would have left double top.
57, Adam O'Brien, 60.
20 for tops then. That looks a good marker. And he doesn't make use of it. Adam Hunt has missed 10 darts at double in this game, and he might be about to lose it. Because a wait for the Euro Tour win goes on for Adam Hunt. Martin Schindler, some excellence, some average stuff. It all equates to a 6-2 victory and a spot in round 2 to face Johnny Clayton tomorrow. We've got one more spot in that second round available here in Göttingen.
But resilience is exactly what Connor Scott's going to need as a tour card holder now, and as someone who is facing a different battle to his opponent. That battle is to become a seed on the floor, to try and make things easier for himself, to then kick on incrementally in his first year back with a card. Connor's been a great player for a good 3-4 years now, but he's never been as good as he is right now. And that's through sheer hard work.
58,
and he's on 78 after 12 darts. Now on 74 after 13. Double. That leaves double top.
Totally unnecessary.
But totally brilliant.
I would say to Dominic, watch this guy. Have a chat with Jan van Veen just for 20 minutes and be inspired by the fact that adversity can make you better.
164.
How good was that? You're not going to get many calculating errors from these two. That was tactically perfect.
142.
Well, we saw from Connor in the first leg that he can be very creative. That was the right play, just the wrong execution.
47.
It's fair to say that there are some very creative dart players out there. But if you're looking for a bit of a master when it comes to a darting oil painting, look no further than Scott. He's like the darting Salvador Dali. Look at this. All over the place.
63.
But there's method in everything he does.
There was an early method in that.
139.
Connor Scott hit the treble 19, decided to split, leave double 16. It's all going on throw so far.
Good standard, especially consistently over the last 3 legs. That's the kind of stuff we expect from these two. This game is getting better with every leg.
121. 170.
Denied a first maximum by a slight deflection. Means that Connor can set up the 170. Love another one of those.
96.
Now that deflection is going to go in the Hall of Fame. That is Johnny Clayton-like.
How did that stay in the board?
I have no idea. Look at this. What a deflection that is. Single 19 off the post to leave 74.
34.
Well, if this 164 goes, this might be one of the weirdest legs we've seen this season already.
And unimpressed with that attempt.
98. 140.
Connor has tops. It's not a great guide, is it? Neither's that.
No score.
Baffling, really. And now there is a break chance. A break that Jan needs if he wants to win. 9 for double 16. Go start. Often see him do that, but he misses.
Connie require 40.
You're not going to get many legs against this young Dutchman where you got 40 twice. It's a good job he hit it this time. From the last 3 years, the one in the middle would be a certain world number 2, who was not in this tournament.
43.
Deciding to have a creative break ahead of going to the Toon on Thursday. What an atmosphere that's going to be.
23.
Well, we thought this was going to be a great match. It's, in terms of standard, it's not been very good, but it's been dramatic enough.
Yeah, it's had different stuff. Deflections, missed match darts already. An interesting celebration, liked by one, not by the other. But a last leg decider could be imminent. And it is! Well, we got some quality there. All square, and it's a one-leg shootout to finish the day. The last person to beat Van Veen on the European Tour stage averaged over 112. That was Price in Belgium. Oh, that was needed.
Oh, he's got some minerals, this lad. Satisfactory 2-treble visit, but Connor Scott is in firm control.
Quite amazing to think that Connor's got all the 180s in this game, all 3 of them. What Van Veen would give, or what he would have given for one right there. He's run out of chances for maximums, and he may have run out of chances to win this match.
Will he go for the ball? He did, and that's probably a better miss than hitting the 25.
It is.
And that's 3 match darts missed.
Oh, another bullseye from Van Veen. Does he get a look at 71? Scott's time has come to finally win on the European Tour.
Double 8. 5 mismatched darts. And that second one was closer to the metal number.
3
you can
words.
See the anguish.
3 words going through the mind of Van Veen right now. Make him pay.
Jan Van Veen is made of stern stuff as Connor Scott can only grimace off the stage. 5 mixed match darts. Jan Van Veen with a perfect 71 checkout to back up the 164. It's a shake of the head. Connor Scott has played some good darts this season, but he's not collecting as many wins as his performances warrant.